Hello, guys. Welcome to the War Room. Welcome to another Saturday night. We are approximately 9 days from the general election. There's quite a bit to talk about. I have one particular issue that I want to talk about real quick. If you were here earlier, you probably saw the live done around 1 p.m. today. We had to speak on a particular issue. So, the other ladies are supposed to be joining. One of them, she have two phone I use. So sometimes you don't really know which one she is using. And when she come, I'm going to talk to her about that. Anyway, who is here? Big up on yourself. Good night, everybody. Good night, moderator. Good night. Welcome, new people. Welcome, returning people. Thank you guys so much for always being here with us. So tonight we are boycotting the debate that is going on because of reasons we've already explained. So, if you know anybody who needs a place to be tonight, send this link to them and invite them here. Now, let me just start out with this information here. Mark Golding and the PNP, they have been running with this talking point. I realized that the talking point came from the hierarchy of the party because on my page, on my Facebook page, me see the comrades them a run with it, but poor me never know say at the party hierarchy then get it from because through them say them now support Mark Golding. I didn't know that they were actually using his talking point, but sometimes people get desperate. They'll go against principles and all these things. Anyway, let me just start out, guys, by playing this video. Let me just start out by playing this video and then I will explain a little further. This is about our economy. Lord Jesus. Give me a second.
Comrades, the Prime Minister has been going around making some false comments about how the Jamaica Labour Party rescued the economy. We have to mash down that lie. It was the People's National Party that came to government in 2012, inheriting a debt to GDP ratio of 147%. Debt to GDP ratio of 147%. 147%. Where the country had gone off the rails. We were not in any program with the IMF because they had failed every test and hadn't even taken the test. And the international financial community had Jamaica as a basket case, a failed state financially. And it was under Portia Simpson Miller and Dr. Peter Phillips with Ayman Markichi in charge of the legislation at the time that turned that completely around and built the current fiscal rules into the fiscal responsibility framework of the country so that the debt of the country could be brought under control. And when we left office in 2016, from 147%, it had come down to 115%. From 147%, it had come down to 115%, including not just rigorous economic management and running high surpluses.
All right. I want to call everybody and make sure so they come over and come hear the party. Mark Golding say the economic problems that we had. I know the government had the day where they 10 years now fix it. Is Portia and Dr. Phillips alone fix it? Now, when we're talking about fixing an economy in the way that we were, over the decades, which led up to the bottom falling out. He mentioned 2011 and 2012 when the PNP came in. Our economic problems didn't start then. And he conveniently left out one of the biggest contributor to our economic problem, which is the economic collapse of the 1990s. What did that do to us? Let's see what it says. The financial crisis, financial sector crisis that took place under the PNP government took Jamaica 17 years to regain the GDP that was lost, while the recovery from the 2008 crisis took 11 years. So it's not just one thing that caused the economic problem that we had. And it certainly did not take one administration to fix. It didn't take one administration to fix. The country was on the verge of economic meltdown in 2013. That's when the bottom started falling out. This is after Mark Golding and Peter Bunting they make them how much billions. The high interest rates. And I am going to show you the confession of Omar Davis. With its public debt reaching a high of 147% of GDP before a subsequent debt reduction program began. I just are going to the information, because they might try trick on and tell lie before the election. Can't make that happen. Jamaica experienced a severe financial crisis in the mid-90s, marked by a banking collapse that led to the creation of FinSAC in 1997 to resolve, so them say no, to resolve the failing financial institutions. This crisis was rooted in deregulation and poor supervision of the financial sector. The PNP had been there in government for how long, people? Before 1997, guys. Moderator, please type in the comments. Before 1997 is how long the PNP was there. Waiting on you, moderator. This is important information. Before 1997, when FinSAC came, how long was the PNP there? From 1989. That's right. So between 1989 and the mid-90s, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. So call it say 6 years. Within that 6 years, the PNP could not fix the economy, regulate the economy, and supervise the financial sector. No, they didn't do that. So they came up with FinSAC in 97. And we know what happened. They put out the narrative that FinSAC was supposed to save somebody. And FinSAC not save nobody. It don't save nobody. Oh, let me finish reading this. So this crisis was rooted in deregulation and poor supervision of the financial sector, resulting in a massive debt burden that would plague the economy for years to come and contribute to the debt crisis of the 2000s. The PNP was not minding the store. Yes, Jamaica lost the GDP and experienced prolonged periods of economic stagnation following the financial crisis of the 90s and the 2008 global financial crisis. We all remember that too. After the 1990s financial sector crisis, it took Jamaica 17 years. Moderator, do the little maths there for me, please. After the 1990s financial sector crisis. Make we say around from 1990. Make we say around 90. Make we say around 2013. Because at 2013 we really started to take this thing serious. Where we started begging people for ease way up and begging IMF and them something. So let's say from 2013. 17 years after 2013 is what, guys? 17 years. Remember 2013? We started crawling around on our knees and I beg people said, do I beg on to ease way up. Give me a chance. 17 years. See this? See it say, it took Jamaica 17 years to regain the GDP loss, while the recovery from the 2008 crisis took 11 years. The country was on the verge of economic meltdown in 2013. That's why I say count from 2013. 2013, 17 years after 2013, not 2025 that. We don't know about a mix up made in the night here. Sorry, 2030. I am so sorry. So me account from 2013. Me don't know how them people account, but me I say from 2013 is when we were on the verge. But make we move on to the part where them start talking about say Peter Phillips and Portia save Jamaica. First of all, the PNP was a big part of the problem. Make we not forget that. PNP was a big part of the problem. And the problem that we had, it was not going to take one administration in office for 5 years to fix that problem. Okay? So in 2013, when the PNP was there 2012 to 2016, the PNP alone did not save Jamaica from nothing. First of all, when the PNP left office in 2016, our GDP, sorry, not our GDP, but our debt was about 128%. Now it is 62%. We're talking between 2016, when the government of the day took over. So the government of the day, they have been fully involved and participating in the continuous recovery for Jamaica. You know what? And we have to face this truth. We will never fully recover from the 90s and that economic collapse. We're not going to recover from it. But we can start over. And that's what we've done. So between the time when this man took office and now, we're gone down from 128% to 62% where our debt is concerned. Now we have money can spend. Now people start to respect we again and them thing there. And believe it or not, we are still on the road to recovery, you know. We're not fully finished yet. Jamaica could have gone a long, long way further. But because of the financial setback and stagnation, deregulation, poor management and oversight, it held us back. Let me show you guys what Omar Davis said. This man, one thing with him, I'm going to confess. I'm going to confess. This is what Omar Davis said. Let me just move this out of the way. Costly decisions. FinSAC inquiry archives reveal that Omar Davis admitted that PG administration ignored advice amid the 1990s financial crisis. Why did PG do that, Jesus? Why? Why did PJ ignore the advice? PJ was not minding the store neither. PJ never business about nothing. Because if Omar Davis was my finance minister, when the judgment come down on Jamaica, I'm have to leave. Him have to leave. But they let him stay there and collude with Mark Golding and Peter Bunting to continue the crisis and benefit our fight. Wicked them. So when you never come no attack off on a mouth full of lies, I come talk about say a Peter Phillips and Portia alone. Nobody else never have no apartheid. You know idiot? Eh? Me not talk about Mark Golding, because we know so sitting around with Mark Golding head. But the comrades them where them anti-Golding, the same one them me talk about today on the live, they anti-Golding. But them a take up Golding talking point that talk about say, Andrew, you didn't save Jamaica economy. You know idiot? You know think that this a problem what we did have. Where the bottom of the problem drop out when we in 2013. You don't think say it have 5 years it take to fix? It don't take 5 years to fix. It take longer than that to fix. It takes continuity. It takes introducing policies, oversight, and them something there. I see some see them take Usain Bolt money, in a 2012, They start missing Usain Bolt money and then come attack like say, I just where the Usain Bolt money gone. They must say Andrew figure back Usain Bolt money. The PNP never did a oversight the country's financial issues. Usain Bolt money get missing 2012. Uno must stop from tell lie. I only know say as long as we there up on the app, as on tell a lie, it going to mash down. I don't like hear this man a talk about Iman Markiji. Which party are Iman? If I ever hear say Iman again, I say two bubble upon you. Iman where? Yeah, madman. Stop from talk they sitting in our country. That phrase belong to the Rasta people them. Iman. You know no Iman. Oh. The government of the day reduce the debt. Andrew Holness and his administration. They're part of the debt reduction in our country. Nobody can deny that. So yes, them help save Jamaica. Because if them did worthless and careless, we would have a serious problem on our hands today. But we don't. Therefore, they are doing what is right and what needs to be done to make sure that Jamaica continues to lower its debt, to be more financially stable, responsible, more regulation, and them something there. We have the independent central bank, which was established to focus specifically on controlling inflation. We've had no new taxes under this government. We have abolished the minimum business tax. You know what I'm going for the achievement book and tell you the things them? And that you know what I'm do? Liar, wicked. You know what come full up the Jamaican people them head a lie because we in our election. We want to come from with them argument there. I talk about say the government of the day never help Andrew. You never help. You never help save Jamaica. He damn sure did. You guys are liars. Make a look in that achievement book here. Count a ramp with my spirit. Let me see something. Oh, I can't turn on the light on this. Use my other phone. Guys, when you know out of social media and hear them attack them something there. And I try to trick the Jamaican people, them and I tell them say a Peter Phillips and Portia alone fix the economy. Tell the Jamaican people them say I lie them I tell you know. No make them get away the argument there, you know. So let me go down the line now upon Jamaica's this administration who's been there since 2016. Where the economy is concerned, wanna listen good. Since 2016, the government has worked hard to grow the economy in ways that help all Jamaicans by cutting down debt, reducing taxes, attracting investment, and supporting local entrepreneurs and businesses. We were able to create more jobs, put more money in the people's pockets, and improve public services for everyone. We have the data which proves that the Jamaica poverty rate went down by 21% from 2015, that is, to 2023. We reduced to 8.2%, lowest poverty bin in decades. We all know that the debt was cut nearly in half. In 2015, the country owed more than it earned. Today, we have reduced our debt to its lowest level in 30 years. In 30 years, you know. And them are going to say, a Portia and Dr. Phillips alone save economy. The government has freed up funds to invest in schools, roads, healthcare, and communities. We know about the no new taxes. We know about minimum wage gone up. We know about the lowest taxes across the board. We know about cashback for workers, more than 250,000 new jobs created. We know about lowest unemployment rate in the history of the country. We know about stronger savings and a stable dollar. You have some people that try to stick up the government for money because they hear Mark Golding say stop pay down on the debt and give the Jamaican people them the money. So when a rainy day come now and we don't have nothing, them are going to come back and say call election because the government is reckless. That's not going to work. We could have tell PJ them something, but we can't tell this a government that. Out of order. So a whole heap of things. Some of these people are trying to stick up the government. When PNP did that, they could have got the table go negotiate no kind of salary because they never have no money. No money was there. Everybody are busy themselves after the financial collapse. Everybody are busy themselves as to what them can do. I'm talking about the people who are appointed. What them can do in their capacity as finance minister and whatever. What them can do for try and help Jamaica come out of the rut. You would have never hear no member of the PNP, not even Philip Palwell. None of them would ever come into our parliament come say Andrew Holness and Nigel Clark and his administration never participate in saving Jamaica. Nobody else now talks about liar wicked Mark Golding, you know, and the risers them, you know. Nobody else now talks so, but them are wicked people here. Who never hear Paul will talk them sitting in the parliament yet? Who never hear Mark Golding try to do it in the parliament already, you know. And when Holness was doing his presentation, Holness exposed him. That's the day he walked out early. Holness exposed him and spoke of all the things that were done over different administration and told them, don't try to rewrite history here. Una to lie. This is the same Mark Golding who said to the Jamaican people that our ancestors fought and died together for freedom and nothing go so. Mark Golding tried to rewrite history in our country and it's a damn lie. Lie, he just lies. Naturally, lies. Pathologically, lies. They were a big part of the problem. So even if Holness them they come in and never do nothing at all to help carry on the rescue of Jamaica. The PNP help fix what them help mash up, you know. They fix what them do the biggest damage. And you hear Omar Davis say PJ ignore the warnings. So you see true we never have no regulation and we never have no oversight. Bunting and Golding them could have come in can do what they want create how much money, how much millions, hundreds of billions of dollars. Nobody not talk about that. Them not want to talk about that. Let's speak the truth and speak it forever, guys. Don't make them people that trick the Jamaican people them. For those of you who just a come, hear the liar man, Mark Golding, all he does is tell lies. And he tells the lies with a straight face without blinking. Be careful of him. Anybody with a bare face and be careful of them.
Comrades, the Prime Minister has been going around making some false comments about how the Jamaica Labour Party rescued the economy. We have to mash down that lie. It was the People's National Party.
The Prime Minister never yet sought to take credit from anybody who participated in the economic rescue of the country. In fact, him and him former Finance Minister Nigel Clark have always acknowledged Portia and Dr. Phillips for their time in office and the work they did. And there's a reason why Portia did not put Mark Golding in the finance ministry because Mark Golding them a thief and Peter Bunting. All them want money for line them pocket and Portia no. What they want the Prime Minister to do is just give the credit to Portia and Peter Phillips alone and say, I didn't do anything to help. I am such an idiot. I didn't do anything to help. Come here, me dance. So me never do no work. Me just come and so sit down and collect $9 million while Mark Golding a collect 28 million. Me no sense. Me Andrew Holness have no sense and my finance minister Nigel Clark when I have no sense. And IMF take up all Nigel when I have no sense. Wanna brighty? Out dying? If one they do so good, why make the IMF never take up one on? One on PNP. Why the IMF never take up one? One out man, one to stop it. Liar and wicked, one must stop it. I see when this election come, or after this election, if the government of the day win the election, we're going to have to deal with, we're going to have to find a way to be consistent in dealing with what we have called an opposition. Because they are not going to stop if the PNPs continue to be led by Golding, Bunting, and the transmission them with them high up on social media. They're going to continue to use this information to try and sabotage and undermine our government and our country. So JLP, you ought to be thinking about what you can do or what you will do to ensure that you keep fighting these liars, these unpatriotic, these wicked, evil liars. And they're going to be more angry if they don't win. So you can expect more disinformation, more lies. Guys, I don't know if these women are coming tonight, you know. I don't know. They have the link and everything. I don't know if they're busy or if they're on the road or whatever, but I spoke with them earlier. We were supposed to get together, so we'll see what happens. If they don't come, they don't come. If they don't come in another few minutes, then I'll just open up the phone line and we can talk for a little bit until the program is over. Once I start this podcast on Sundays, we may have to adjust those hours with the ladies or some kind of adjustment, just so you guys know. Let me see. Good night, Miss Joanne. Why would PJ stop them? I am glad Omar admitted it. When Princess is cursing PJ, now we know why. I can't blame her. Yes. Then cuss Liz all the while and tell her, say, don't talk about PJ. Good night, JP. I'm watching our Prime Minister, Dr. Holness, right now touring Westmoreland. It is a beauty to see. Yeah, I got some images from Westmoreland, guys, and boy, may I tell you no. Westmoreland people then come out. Don't they hot? Westmoreland people them come right out this evening, yeah. So if I were the GLP, I would be feeling good. But as you know, guys, we cannot get complacent or see crowd and feel say, yeah, you have it in the bag. No. The most important day and the only way to determine what will happen is when we see the turnout on election day. That's the turnout that really matters. Bruce Golding with Alisha started the turnaround. GLP go on the international market to get cheaper loans. The previous PNP government said cheaper loans were not available. Well, you know what? I will say this to the Jamaica Labour Party. We have about 9 days left before the general election. So you guys may want to bring to the fore the journey of Jamaica over the decades, over the years, and how your government did with the economy. Or you can give the Jamaican people a full idea of what happened over both parties' governments and how everybody participated in bringing the country to economic stability. That's a good thing because you see Mark Golding going out there now talking lies on the platform. You can't drop the ball no time at all. 9 days left. You cannot drop the ball. Go out there and tell the Jamaican people and remind the Jamaican people. Una often tell the Jamaican people about FinSac and about the 90s collapse. We hear you. But you have to tell the people now how it was fixed. Give the people some timeline and tell the people how it was fixed. Una don't do that enough. And Una need to do that enough with only 9 days left before the election. Guys, you don't agree with me? Let me know, guys. Let her open up the phone line for a little while. If you want to call in, guys, use this WhatsApp number if you have anything to say about the topic tonight. Government of Jamaica, come out and come tell the people them how the financial stability of Jamaica came about. Hello, good night.
Hi, Mr. Natalie. Good night. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for the history lesson tonight, man. We need some reminders because there are some young people who are now showing an interest in politics. A lot of them are unaware of the history of the two administration and the impact that they have made on the country on a whole. And when we look at the PNP, we're going to be comparing both political parties. So if we go back from after independence, when the Jamaica Labour Party under the leadership of Buster Anti was the first elected Prime Minister of Jamaica, up until 1972, we saw how the Jamaican economy would have would have prospered to the point where Jamaica became basically the industrial capital of the Caribbean. We saw the PNP under the leadership of Michael Manley coming to power in 1972, and I mean devastated the Jamaica economy from 1972 to 1980. We see Seaga came in 1980 and took over the economy, took over the country and rebuilt the economy to the point that when the PNP came back in 1989 under the leadership of Michael Manley with the slogan, "We put people first," took over the economy, the dollar was $5.50 thereabouts. After Michael Manley took over into the early 90s, they liberalized the economy, which was, they didn't think it through. So that started the erosion of the economy. All of those local businesses, the local entrepreneurs and all of that, they came up with a plan, which in the 1990s, with Dr. Omar Davis as the Minister of Finance, with the engineering of Mark Golding, who admittedly, I sent you a video on the same channel and the same link here, with he admitting that he was a part of the engineering of the financial
interest rate
tsunami that swept Jamaica,
Well,
destroying.
would you
the
would
lo-
would you
Sorry, go
agree
ahead.
would you agree with me that the government, which they've already, I can hear myself back in your background.
Oh, wait. I don't know discussing that because I oh, I think I know what is happening.
Yes, so the government
Sorry.
often
All right, go ahead. Go
the,
ahead.
the government often tell the people about how the financial collapse happened and stuff, and we hear them. But do you agree that the government need to tell the Jamaican
Yes, go
people?
ahead.
Do you agree that the
Hello?
government? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, something went wrong there. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yes. Is there a
Okay,
fan in
good night,
your
Nat.
is there a fan in your speaker?
Yeah, I turn off the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this question because I keep seeing persons online and I hear members on the opposition platform in a number of these constituencies where they voted for the PNP, sometimes 6, 7 times straight over 30 years, right? And these constituencies, like in Westmoreland and South St. James and stuff, they have had that one term they have voted in a Labour Party representative. But they seem to be saying that the Labour Party representative should do in one term what the previous representatives that they had never do in 6 and 7 terms. And I just can't understand how that is possible.
Okay.
I don't know if you listen to them, but it is always puzzling to me that they expect to do in one term. They supported one party for 6, 7 terms and they forget nothing done. And you elect one party, one term, you see something start. But you say, it not enough. What they expect you can fix all the bad roads and stuff in one term?
Well, they probably got impatient because they've been sitting there, and what we get to realize is that with some of these people, they want them party to come to power so them can go beg them MP every minute. And they no business with community development and them something there. So when them practice that style of politics there over time, then when time they see the other government coming now, I deal with the country's problem and not individual beggy problem, them not no patience because it's not serving them individually, and that's the style of politics that they're used to.
Yeah, because it's like this. The statistics, as I say, Mr. Anderson had in his one M poll, where it says the Jamaica Labour Party is better at providing jobs, but the PNP is better at taking care of the poor. And I'm trying to figure out what better way to take care of the poor than providing them with jobs.
Then not the same thing me I tell you about the beggy style,
father,
man.
Yeah, because my father said you feed a man, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for life. But them don't want a lifetime of feeding. Them seem to just want a day of belly full.
I feel them style that them now look on the national development. And it's a sad thing, but it is what it is. Anyway, we'll
Yeah,
see what happens.
but just one and last thing, the demolition of the economy started in the 70s. Between 72 and 80, the economy reduced by 25%. So it's not just in the 90s them start the demolition. It's from in the 70s.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
All right.
Yeah, man. Guys, one thing we did want to talk about. Uno hear Karen down at South Manchester one night, yeah? I put up the video today. I hope you see and hear it. What a burial with Peter Bunting. Hello, good night.
Yes, Miss Nat. Sorry. Oh, that man, I get disconnected.
Yes, you can finish your thoughts. You're live.
Yeah, man. You was asking me a question when I was making mention of the deregulation of the Jamaican economy in the early 1990s.
No, I was saying to you, do you agree that because what do we how me see it? We already know what happened, what caused the economy to get so bad, why we had this crisis on our hand by 2013. We know all of that. So I'm saying, going forward, do you think that the government of Jamaica, the communications people them, must now explain to the people and tell them how the process of recovery works, how it worked, who participated in it, now that we have the opposition telling the nation that the government of the day and Andrew Holness did not do anything to save Jamaica?
Yeah, man. Most definitely, they should inform the electorate and the nation on a whole, and especially the young people who may, as I say, would not have had any knowledge of what happened. So that when a person like a Mark Goldie come out and make certain statement, you would be fact checked like what you're doing him tonight. Understand? So this should be a part of the Jamaica Labour Party communication that they do that, inform the electorate so that they will make wise decision. Because what a lot of people need to realize, this whole recovery started in 2007 when Bruce Gordon became when the Jamaica Labour Party took back the reign of government, and Ardley Shaw as the finance minister started putting in place means of start building back the economy. Because remember that they had gone to the IMF, and the same IMF that P.J. Patterson in the 90s said Tata too. And Ardley went and got cheaper loans. And what derailed the IMF program in the mid 2000s was the same Jamaica Teachers Association, when they pressured the government of the day, the Jamaica Labour Party government, to give them the raise, and Ardley Shaw give them the raise and derail the whole IMF program, so that when the PNP came into power now, they had also go back to the IMF and bend their knees. But remember that when Andrew Holness took over the leadership of the JLP after Bruce left, remember Andrew Holness, this was Andrew Holness' diagnosis. The economy is in a bad condition, and the prescription that Andrew Holness prescribed was that there would be bitter medicine, with which the PNP campaigned on and won the election, only to come to. They are the ones who was to administer the bitter medicine. They apply the bitter medicine. Then Andrew now comes back to the patient who has been taking the bitter medicine, and now is the one now who's reaping the benefit, along with what he and Nigel and to a lesser extent what Ardley Shaw was doing. So what we are seeing now is that, and you made the point earlier now, the PNP were the contributors of the devastation of the economy. I mean, Providence would have it that they would have to be the one to administer the bitter medicine and then hand over back to the Jamaica Labour Party to build, and that is what they are doing. And I'm telling Jamaica, if you hand over back the country to the PNP, they are going to take it back to where it was.
Mark Golding don't know nothing about running an economy. Mark Golding only know to be a scavenger and benefit of devastation. That is what the Jamaican people them need to understand.
They only are in Mark Golding ruling is the only R in Mark Golding is ruining.
That is it.
Pinky and the brain. He's Pinky. No, he's the brain, and Peter is Pinky, because Mark Golding is the engineering. Because remember, he admitted that he's a corporate lawyer. Don't take him simple.
He
come across as somebody who doesn't know anything, but those are the people that you got to be careful of.
True. Well, thank you for calling and thank you for the information.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right, you too.
Guys, information is important. If you don't have the right information, then my people are come out and can't tell you anything. And if you don't have no sense, you know, look for yourself and get the right information to make the right decision. Remember, say, when you put people in a power, then now look for you, can't take them out until them term over. Even though in Jamaica, we not set election. So if a man or a woman come in and they not do the right thing, the people can rise up against them and say, look, you call an election because you're not going good. But why do we even want to put ourselves in that position? We're on the right path. We're on the right path. We're seeing better days than these days. And in the time when Portia and Peter Phillips did the right thing, they did not use Mark Golding. They never use Mark Golding and Peter Bunting because they know. So why we must come use them in a 2025? Jamaica are not idiot. Eh? Look how they say them a financial guru. Eh? And JLP, how me not hear una ask and talk in a public say they improving wealth will collapse. Them have to shut down how much institution overseas. They were forced to lock them down because they want to lose so much millions of dollars. And how they CEO run gone left them. Only not taught them something there and make the people them know say them a failure in them private financial business, them a failure. Ask them what is the status of proven wealth. Only nobody get me ignorant in a man. Let me tell you what happened to them people here. In our own lives, our individual lives, anybody who is financially educated, they will understand, say, if you don't have to, never you put yourself in a position where y'all live from paycheck to paycheck. Because if something happen, you don't have no savings put on, you have any little emergency, you don't have no savings where you can go in. You're not supposed to live from paycheck to paycheck. And that is why when people find themselves, and a lot of people are living that way now, especially nowadays when things and times change and standard of living change and them something there. You know, single people, couple people, they might live paycheck to paycheck. But if them did have another option, they wouldn't want to live so. They would want to have something put aside. Now, when you are talking about a country and how the country manages its money, a country cannot live paycheck to paycheck. All it take a one disaster, one weather disaster, or some kind of external force, and you in a problem. You can't pay your people them. You can't provide services for your people. It's a serious thing, and that's why I'm saying, guys, you need people who have sense to manage an entire economy. You can't take up the whole. You see, let me tell you how they're reckless. I couldn't believe I thought it was a joke when me say in a 2020, yeah, 2020 or 21, in a COVID time, when me ear with me ears, 2 times me have to listen for see if I hear me and ear good. When me hear Mark Golden say to the government in a COVID, stop paying down on the debt and give the money to the Jamaican people them. How can you do that? You are mad. These are not people who make sound financial, economical decisions. You cannot take up the money that you are using to pay down on our debt to give to the people. I'm not saying don't help the people if you can't help the people. And we did help the people in COVID. But to say stop paying down on the debt is the most reckless financial thing I've heard in life. Are these people responsible? No. So when you hear Andrew tell them, say, you can't take up everything and spend it out, and you know nothing put on one side in case something, you know that is a person that is responsible. Good night, Jean. I do agree with you that the government should use their platform and let the people hear the truth about the economy and what they did. Yeah, them out there tell us say I never the government fix nothing. A Peter Phillips and portion. That is not true. Explain to the people that fixing the problem that we had didn't take 5 years. It took a longer time than that. And even when the PNP left government the last time in 2016, we were still fixing it. So it wasn't a one-term fix. I don't know where they get that from. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna close off a little early tonight. I think somehow not gonna watch the debate. I guess that's fine. You guys will come and tell me anything weird that happened on Monday. That's fine too. But yeah, let us catch up. I just want to let the people know that you better get out there and speak the truth. Get out there, let the Jamaican people know that the role you have been playing as government over the last 10 years is not just to sit there and talk in a parliament, but also to make sure that we are continuing with the economic rescue, yes, and recovery of Jamaica. Guys, if you have not seen this here, I did a live today around 1 p.m. The anti-golden comrades them a take out them PNP frustration and wholeness and the comrades them who are supporting. Because through them say them nah support Golden and they nah vote for wholeness. Them vex say Golden take with them party. Right? But instead of them using them energy for try to get back them party, them a take out their frustration upon the good things them want go on and the people them want support it. What a sad set of people. Makes no sense. Anyway, guys, let us catch up. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your participation. Let us catch up, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Keep your eyes open. Take care. We'll catch up.